Hello, my name is Liz Hathaway and this is my astrological look at the week ahead. And that is the week starting Monday, the 22nd of February 2021. You get a feeling when you look at the astrology of this week that the year is starting actually to open up now. Sun has moved into Pisces, so we're leaving behind that fixed Saturnian sort of side of the winter, and we're coming into a mutable sort of season, Pisces mutable sign, where things are changing, the weather's changing, it's less stable. And certainly here in the Netherlands, we've actually, there's actually this sort of feel of spring in the air. I'm just going to straighten that camera there, it looks a little bit odd. There's a feeling of spring in the air. I noticed some birds this morning, obviously busy looking around their nests and, putting out the call there. So it's a kind of different vibe, a different energy coming in, and that's great, I think. So this idea of the year opening up, we see it as well with Jupiter, of course, Trine in the North Node in Gemini, and Mercury, going direct, right? So Mercury in Aquarius, North Node in Gemini, so the Trine there, Mercury to Jupiter. There's this idea of application of wisdom. We've had the retrograde cycle, so we've discovered some things, maybe got some more information. So it's about wisdom now that we can use actually to promote and further our own growth, the North Node. We always have to, what is great about Mercury, I think, in Aquarius is it's a kind of sign you can't sort of, kid it. It's kind of got a really sort of so it's a clear mind. So it doesn't fall for, a dodgy car salesman and things like that. It's got a kind of, almost what we say in Holland, a farmer's mentality, a boerenverstand. It's like sensible, it's kind of clear, sees through things. And I think that's really great because, of course, we've still got Neptune square in the North Node, and that is, going to take us into the eclipse season, that sort of Neptune square the node thing, because it will be square in the first eclipse of the year in June. But there's definitely this feeling of things opening up, starting to move. And I kind of like that. I think we've been almost bogged down for quite a while, and it's nice to feel this sort of energy in the collective starting to move. We start with the moon in Cancer, which is a very caring, nurturing, mothering sort of moon. Mothering, smothering. It's always a bit with moon in Cancer. A bit worrisome moon as well, a fretful moon if you like. But on Monday the moon is trine the sun, so that's a great start of the week, and then trine Neptune. And on Tuesday the moon is trine Neptune. So we have that sort of, that loose sort of, feel in the collective of things sort of, some hope, maybe some sense of movement, when we've been stuck in this kind of knot for ages. It's kind of nice. Of course, there are still 4 planets in the fixed signs. There's no getting away from that. So the major challenge is, of course, not to get bogged down, not to get entrenched in a single idea. Because if we do that, then we sort of start to get into the Saturn-Uranus square, which is the dominant aspect of the year, which is, conflict, change through conflict. And sometimes though you need conflict, a good argument, it can enlighten you, it can wisen you up, or you suddenly see the light, so that you can't avoid it altogether. But, pick your arguments wisely, don't just get bogged down in standpoints unless you are completely, you feel good and comfortable in doing so. But it's trying, if you've got tall trees, catch a lot of wind and they're more likely to fall than these reeds that sort of, are able to blow and flow with the wind, So it's kind of trying to keep that mindfulness this year of, bringing things back to the right perspective. So we come into Wednesday, so we have moon sextile Mars, moon opposite Pluto, and then the moon goes into fire sign Leo, which is nice because, some fire around, especially for the moon in Leo. It's a very proud moon. It's a very, looks after, the nest and, the people that it's close to. But, it wants to be seen to be doing it. It's less fretful than the moon in Cancer. And I think Thursday is the day, right? I mean, of all the days of this week, I think Thursday, Jupiter day, Thursday, it kind of springs out. Yeah, it starts off with the moon square Uranus, so it's picking up on the Saturn-Uranus square, so that itch to change, that desire to do things different, to break old patterns, to, yeah, maybe, you know, allow yourself more freedom, also freedom of emotional expression, let your feelings out more. We see Mars trine Pluto, and then Venus moves from Aquarius, where, you know, it's a fixed sign, but it's about friendship, and it's about let's go for a walk together, let's exchange ideas, let's talk, let's, you know, it's kind of got an abstract feel about it. It's non-committed. And then Venus goes into its sign of exaltation, Pisces, where it's all about adoration, it's all about true love. It's very highly romanticized, Neptune in that sign as well. There's a big shift for Venus, so where it was non-committal, now it's very, you know, seeing the love, feeling the love, wanting to, oh, let's go to the beach together and, you know, watch the setting sun. It wants to create romantic moments. So it's a little bit sentimental and very sort of, you know, yeah, wants to be given compliments. It's a kind of, it's a beautiful Venus. There's no mistake about that. But it is inclined to, you know, put on a pair of, what you call it, the, in Holland we call them the rosa bril. That is where you put something on that you're not quite seeing things as they really are. It's a little bit veiled, if you like. It's a bit of a veiled Venus. Then we have Sun, sextile Uranus as well, and Jupiter trine the North Node. All of that on Thursday. So it's a hugely expressive day. Mars as well, Mars trine Pluto. It's an opportunity. Mars in fixed sign Taurus. Yeah, so, you know, it's kind of attached to certain patterns of behavior, certain ways of showing aggression, certain ways of pacifying itself, maybe with treats or comforts or whatever. And the trine to Pluto is creating an opening there for Mars to express itself in ways that are perhaps less, you know, kind of, you know, like a fixed pattern, you know, which, you know, if you keep into fixed patterns, you know, your brain is sort of almost closed down a bit, you know, we need to sort of find new ways of doing things. So a fabulous day, I think, on Thursday. On Friday, we have Moon square Mars, so there's some sort of frustration possibly there, you know, some sort of niggles, you know, the Moon in Leo as well, you know, it's got that sense of, this is how it is, this is how it works, this is how we do it. And Mars, you know, kind of puts a lot of clout behind the Moon. It's a kind of an empowered Moon in a way. And of course, Mars is in Taurus, right? This is where the Moon is exalted. So, you know, depending on what you have to do, I think Friday could be actually a very useful day. You know, we could get a lot of things done. And then we come into Saturday, we have this full moon in Virgo, which is very much, I think, one of the themes here is self-improvement. You know, getting things done, doing job done well, you know, getting things right. It's work and service orientated with Pisces on the other side of the axis there. I think this is very much about, you know, what you can do for others and rewards that you get when you help others, but also with regard to yourself, self-improvement, attention to diet, attention to body, attention to mind. I mean, Moon is in Virgo, right, and Mercury is now direct. What changes do we want to bring? What insights do we have so that we can bring certain changes into the daily routine, which I find as well very Virgo. And then on Sunday we have then the, I think, another very nice sort of point in this coming week, which is the grand Earth trine. Moon still in Virgo, trine Pluto, trine Mars. So we get a lot of pleasure, I think, on Sunday from doing things, from being active in an earthy kind of way. And that can be anything from, you know, if you have a garden, going out there and taking out the weeds and getting it sort of set up for the spring, or it could be cleaning out, you know, something that you've been thinking about doing for ages and haven't got round to doing, that's sort of business related. It's very practical and earthy, but it's a lovely, lovely end, I think, to this coming week. Yeah, I just want to say enjoy the week, have a good one, and I'll speak to you again on Sunday. Okay, bye for now.